Hi, I'm Debra Meiburg and I'm with Bruno Paillard, who is the owner and founder of Maison Bruno Paillard, a champagne house that was established in 1981. This was a really new undertaking, which takes a lot of courage. How was it to build a brand from scratch?
In reality, there's a reason why I did it is that I had a dream. I had a dream of creating a champagne of a very specific kind of purity and minerality that didn't exist so much on the market because everybody was trying to follow the style of the market leader, which was not a style I liked, and so I wanted to do something much purer, much lighter in sugar, and very much kind of elegant wine. You see, elegance and complex, but without being heavy.
You were one of the first people to launch a new brand in champagne in years. That takes so much courage. Would you be able to do it today?
Well, I did it because I did not know it was impossible, and I don't know if I would do that today. It takes a life. I mean, it's an entire life project, you know. Champagne, particularly at that kind of altitude of quality, champagne is something of which you need to think in terms of generations, and not in terms of cash return. So I did it because I continue doing it with immense passion because I just love it, and I have not an impression of working. I have just the impression of doing what I love to do, and that's the reason why I do it.
And you were one of the first to put the date of disgorgement, the degorgement date, on the bottle. How did you come up with that idea, and what has it meant for the brand?
Well, I think that's part of global quality. You know, the most important, obviously, is the quality of the wine inside the bottle, which comes first from great grapes, then using only the first pressings, then maturing the wine very long in the lees, then giving them a rest after degorgement. And to make it understandable by the consumers, we just decided to put the date of degorgement on the back label so that everybody can read it. It's not in a coded manner, it's written. Champagne wines can age wonderfully. Lots of people think champagne doesn't age. It's a wrong idea. Great champagnes, those which are well born and well raised, I can assure you they can age wonderfully, gracefully. We let people have access to the wonderful complexity and mysteries of post-degorgement aging.
Can you give us a tip how to judge champagne visually in the glass?
Well, when champagne is poured into your glass, well, first it should be at the right temperature and in the right shape of a glass, of course. But then the first thing before drinking it is to look at it. You know, champagne involves several of your senses, in reality, all your senses. You should look at it, and the bubbles should be very tiny. Champagne with big bubbles, we don't like that. We say it was made in an oven, that's to say in a bad cellar, too warm.
No.
Or we also say it has frog eyes, and that's not elegant. But champagne, a great champagne, should have very tiny bubbles. Then the color is very important. It should be a very natural gold color, whether pale gold, like a straw gold, or whether deep gold. It should not be with grayish or reddish, kind of reflex. It should be gold. So the color and the size of the bubbles are two quality points that already tells you something even before you smell it.
But what's the best way to see the bubbles?
To actually see the color of the wine, you need something white behind. By transparency, you see the color very well. But to see the bubbles themselves, you would need something dark, like my jacket. And because otherwise, on a white background, when the bubbles are very small, they are almost invisible. And when you suddenly put them in front of something dark, then you realize that they are very, very small, very numerous. In fact, scientists have recently calculated that there may be as much as 90 million bubbles in a bottle of champagne.
Well, I'm looking forward to consuming 80 million of those.